speaking with Joe Kraemer, who's one of my favorite composers. Joe, how's it going tonight?
It's going great. Thank you very much for that compliment. That's very nice.
So, Joe, you did Jack Reacher, which was a much bigger film, but now you did Favor, which was more of an independent, lower budget, everything. How did you approach this film to make it more smaller, intimate, but still just as intense? It was a very intense score.
Well, the situations in Favor lent themselves to a smaller approach because it was basically two characters pushing and pulling each other in very tense situations. The score could stay small. It was really only one theme.
Right.
And then the rest of it was more, textural music, ambient, to build suspense, and also to help with the editing.
Right.
So it performed a very practical function in terms of building up to cuts and things like that.
And even though it was, a lot of people don't, when they hear the term ambient, people go, oh God, but it was such it was a graspable score. The theme, I think, really grounded it, and I felt like I could hold on to it the entire time. How do you structure a score when there's when you're filling a lot of negative space, there's not a lot of, chops?
I tried really hard to make sure it wasn't just drony.
Right.
I really try as hard as I can when there's not thematic material to still fill it with musicality.
Right.
How successful I am at that, I do my best, and I'm glad that it worked for you. The other thing is, when I made the album, I really worked very hard to balance it, and I talked about it in the notes in the album too, that I worked as hard as I could to make it a listening experience that wasn't all just like drone.
Right.
The needs of the movie did sort of dictate a certain ambient approach, but I snuck the theme in wherever I could.
Right.
Sometimes in very weird oblique ways, a low percussion sound where I'd play the theme, but you wouldn't know it because it doesn't sound like a note. It just sounds like a boom.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it worked very well. But
thanks a lot.
Well, Joe, thanks so much for stopping by.
Of course. Great to see you.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
Okay, you too. Take care.